Where did the picture come from, sir?
I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I'm saying that
Okay,
that Matt
his fault.
got bent out of shape by the fact that he's dating a man, and
Matt's like, "What's that?"
and when
I
he
had
was
no idea. What's
when it was
this?
pointed out to him, he got mad, and then the ACA didn't react the way that he wanted them to, and then the ACA did react the way he wanted them to, just too late for Matt Dillahunty's satisfaction, so he left.
It's too bad. It's too bad that Otangelo, Chaos, please mute your microphone. It's too bad that Otangelo, excuse me, I have hiccups. It's too bad that Otangelo didn't post the picture of Matt Dillabloviator's homosexual transvestite boyfriend with his pants off, grabbing his genitals so they couldn't be seen, spreading his cheeks as wide as could be.
Oh wow!
So you could see where the sun don't shine. And by the way, I'm not making that up. You can still find that on his his transvestite boyfriend's YouTube Twitter page. This is the kind of stuff, and they want to bitch and whine.
I'm trying to eat leftovers. I'm trying to eat leftovers right now, Darth. Please.
Excuse me, Barth. I apologize. I hope that will not ruin our friendship.
What was the way Matt wanted them to react? Someone was saying.
He wanted them to make a statement on his own on Truth Wanted, I think, and then it was on his own show. It was something about the show in which the ACA was going to air a public, disclaimer or apology or something. He wanted it on a particular show, and then they didn't want to do it at all.
What do they need to apologize for, though? Oh, because they had Otangelo on as a caller or something?
Yeah, they didn't even do anything. So, why are they apologizing? It makes no sense.
Oh, is he mad that they had Otangelo on as a
Well,
caller?
let's just put it this way. Let's put it this way. Matt Dillabloviator crying and leaving because of Otangelo. Let's just put it this way. And Otangelo, my friends. Otangelo, I'm just going to say this. Otangelo gets far too much credit.
Because someone DM me a video of what's been spoken about.
Well, Matt's moved on to greener pastures because he just had that debate with Destiny.
Did you see how Destiny's legs were Did you see how his legs were dangling from the chair?
Yeah. I heard what he had to say was like dangling from his mouth. Anyway, you should.
I started watching a few minutes of it, and I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I can't stand. I just had to turn it off. It was just so stupid.
I know.
Here, Matt Dillabloviator thinks this world is a cosmic accident. Okay,
well,
and there's no
it's great insight watching two atheists just like verbalize arbitrariness at each other. It's just incredible.
It's like two hens cackling at each other, in a hen house.
And neither of them dares to ask. Neither of them dares to ask the other one what the basis of their assertions is, because otherwise
why would
they?
Back
on them too.
Yep.
Well, it's the not God world. That's the basis.
Where do you get your values from, guys?
But the not God world is just simply a realm of incoherence.
Oh no, because reality is reality. Didn't you know that?
Hold on a second. Have you been taking that online, or mail order course from You Fake It Till You Make It, T-Jump? Reality is reality.
T-Jump's epistemology course.
Yep.
It's $20, and you have to sit in a clamshell couch while you do it.
His couch is the best thing about him, though. Gotta say, for real.
TJ,
no cap.
The puffy couch.
I want a couch like that.
Hey,
I mean,
Darth
it's probably
Dawkins.
full of dog hair or whatever he owns, but still.
Hey,
Did you hear about his second book? Fake It Till You Make It. T-Jump is writing a second book. It's called
T-Jump's a beta male.
Actually,
would you stop over talking, please? Okay, let me finish.
He is actually writing a second book, and it's
the second book is called
ontology, and it's how his ontology works with any epistemology.
It's how I wrote a book on epistemology and realized my epistemology can work in any ontology. Yeah. How does that epistemology work in a world where there are no electrons? How does that work? This is a guy who came into my room, to get attention. I guess maybe he wanted to get some video and put it on his channel for clickbait. And he again reiterated that everything dictates everything. And I said, "How is that informative?" And he admitted that it was not. And then he set out to say that he could demonstrate that everything demonstrates everything while admitting it's not informative. I mean, this is the
That's retarded.
psychotic. That's what he said. I kid you. I'm not making this
That's
up.
retarded.
Yep. That's T
Like,
Jump.
for real. Oh wow. Oh, hey, Darth, last time I was in it, you muted me, right? And I understood why you did it. It was because I tried to. Someone took you away from a point, right? And then I tried to remind you of what your point was, and then you're like, "You're talking over me," and I'm like, "You just muted me," and I was like, "Whatever." You gotta be quick on that button, haven't you? In here, otherwise it just turns into madness, basically.
You know something? I must cause a lot of people to lose sleep.
Oh, I've caught
You-
people complaining about you muting them for 3 days.
Have you ever considered maybe they should consider therapy, maybe they could, learn to come to forgive me for server muting them.
It's okay, Crackville, and you mute me all the time on other servers, so it works out.
I actually don't. Wait, no, I don't.
You muted me like twice today.
Darth,
I had to leave the server I was on and come here because I kept muting me.
Darth, what does religion mean to you?
Well, hold on, gentlemen. We have to take a break for station identification. We have to pay some bills, so we will take our first commercial break from the American Atheists. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the son of Ronald Reagan, Ron Reagan Jr.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Oh, that's not loud. You guys didn't hear that, did you?
I heard it.
Yeah, we heard it.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
It's still not loud enough.
No, it was plenty loud.
No, it's not loud enough.
Really? Really?
It was plenty audible.
Yeah. He says he's Ron
Hi,
Reagan.
I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
No, I don't think the output was loud enough.
No, it's perfect.
Unless you're doing it.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Don't you love that? I got to play that one.
That was better. There you go.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Hey, Darth. When we're all before God on Judgment Day, make sure you bring that on a recorder so you can play that.
Hey, Ron, remember when you said this?
Yeah.
Remember that, Ron? Wasn't that a good one?
Don't worry, he's gonna be judged by his words anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Gosh.
Jesus is gonna
my
bring
God.
that one up.
I love that. Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, not afraid of burning in hell.
I like how he says it so, casually. Smooth delivery.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Just that smooth voice.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
That'll work for him.
You should say the exact same thing except lifelong Christian, Darth. You should say, "Hi, I'm Darth Dawkins, lifelong Christian, not afraid of burning in hell."
No. Hi, I'm Darth
Afraid of.
Dawkins. Hi, I'm Darth Dawkins. Lifelong Christian, not afraid of watching Ron Reagan burn in hell.
Yeah. That's better.
I mean, it's not really a joke. I think what we're really mocking is they're just beyond stupidity and arrogance. It's not going to be funny when they go to hell. I really don't hope that he goes to hell. I think what we have contempt for is their arrogance. I mean, we laugh because if we don't laugh, we're going to cry at the tragedy of this.
You want to know what's the more troubling part of it, right? Is I guess overall, that innately I feel like they probably know. And then you all know that all of these people on their deathbed are going to be flip-floppers, and they're straight away going to shout, Jesus, Jesus, help me. Every single one of them.
No. Do you think Christopher Hitchens
In their head.
changed his mind on his deathbed? I don't think so.
I think in their
Look,
head, they probably
do you guys
everything.
do you guys want to hear the real Christopher Hitchens? This is a beauty. Hey, let me pull it up.
And you're a cuck.
Wait, it wasn't Christopher Hitchens that apparently became a Christian? Was it Christopher or someone
That
else?
was his brother.
His kids don't like him. He's
That
been
was his brother.
cucked by his kids for 10 years.
Right. Okay, what's his brother called again?
I don't know, but he has a debate, like at least one public debate with him.
Oh, what, they debated one another?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Dawkins has no power in here anymore.
What do you mean?
I mean, I can cuck him as much as I want right now. What a fucking punk.
How about I meet you?
Okay, we're still waiting for some intelligent atheists.
Darth, you're not intelligent at all.
Look,
Intelligent atheist here.
little boy. If you want to say something substantive,
Darth,
go ahead.
Darth,
If you're going to
don't
troll,
call me a little boy. I'm a grown man.
Okay, goodbye.
And I'm a Quaker, so I'm a Christian.
Darth, what do you think about Christians who identify as fascist? I've met a number of them on Discord. What do you make of that?
I don't take them very seriously.
Who really thinks about those people? People rarely think about those people.
Well, I mean, they're mainstream in places like, Eastern Europe, Russia, and stuff like that. So like they are maybe not in the United States to be taken seriously, but elsewhere.
But they're not really like mainstream per se, right? Like
They
what
are
what group are you referring to? What group are you referring to exactly?
Well, I'm speaking about the people on Discord and stuff like that. But
I'm just saying because like fascistic people in like Germany, for instance, right? It's very frowned upon. Those people are not at the forefront of the mainstream in any way, shape, or form. They're not in England either.
Well,
they're not
I'm
in
not
Poland.
referring to those people. I'm referring to people who are like in Poland, for instance, and advocate for authoritarianism. Hungary, same thing.
Well, it doesn't mean look. Talk is cheap. There are a lot of people that publicly identify as Christians, and they're not. You're only a Christian if you're born again. You've repented, realizing that you are going to hell. Not that you might, but that you are, and then you turn to Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. Many people who attend church have not done that. Okay,
agreed.
So,
but what do you make of
I'm
those
gonna,
who have done
I'm
that?
gonna play a short clip, and we're gonna. Christopher Hitchens reveals the real reason why he's an atheist.
Can you play it for your microphone?
Yes, I will. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, it'll be clear. But you see, this interview was very, very revealing. When you set aside all of his bloviating and his rhetoric, this is the real reason he's an atheist. Listen.
So what if God actually exists, sir? And what if he actually has provided everything for you? He's granted you life. He has given you health. He has given you food. He's given you the trees to write your screed against him. He's provided you royalties. It all came from him. What if that is true, sir? Would he not have been good to you?
No. He wouldn't, because if that were true, it would.
No. Here, I'll play it again. No, it wouldn't be good. No. I mean, he's like a psychotic little 14-year-old.
He's granted you life. He has given you health. He has given you food. He's given you the trees to write your screed against him. He's provided you royalties. It all came from him. What if that is true, sir? Would he not have been good to you?
No. He would, because if that were true, it would mean that I had an eternal supervising parent.
Now, right there. Now, notice the answer doesn't mean that God wasn't good to him. What he's saying is God wouldn't be good to him because God is eternal and he's God. So he wouldn't be
And
good
he's in
because he's
authority
God.
over him.
Well, supervising parent. But you see, if God is God, he can't help but be the Lord. He can't help but be sovereign.
But also, wouldn't God supervising you or being in a position of authority over you be another exhibition of his goodness towards you? That he's
Of
going
course
to
it
hold
would
you
be.
accountable?
Of course it would be. But notice the psychotic answer. And by the way, most people don't know this. Christopher Hitchens was not only a bisexual, he was an alcoholic. So we shouldn't be surprised. And he would regularly show up on TV and events all red-faced. This is symptomatic of people who are drunks. Okay.
Alcoholism, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so he was an alcoholic. And here he says, well, God wouldn't have been good to him. And the reason why God wouldn't be good to him is because God was God. I mean, this is psychotic. All right. And atheists look up to him. Okay. So God would not have been good to him because God is God. Okay. But he doesn't want to say God wouldn't be good to him because God was being God. He just, because I have an eternal supervising parent who would not let me get on with my life. I dare say that I doubt that God. Imagine being brain damaged and actually enjoying that kind of noise.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Okay, so Christopher Hitchens is going to continue here, and this is just it's like borderline psychotic here.
It just proves that he's a control
freak. Let me just
freak.
finish. Well, he said, God would let me get on with my life. I dare say that God probably did not providentially intervene and restrict Christopher Hitchens from being a bisexual and a drunk and a foaming at the mouth atheist. So what shows you is the reason why he believes there is no God is not because he has good intellectual reasons. It's just because he's an anti-theist. He hates God, right?
Yep.
And I'll continue.
Sir. And what if he actually has provided everything for you? He's granted you life. He has given you health. He has given you food. He's given you the trees to write your screed against him. He's provided you royalties. It all came from him. What if that is true, sir? Would he not have been good to you?
No. He would, because if that were true, it would mean that I had an eternal supervising parent who would never die and let me get on with my life, never let me grow up, keep me under surveillance.
But you have, sir.
Supervision every minute of my life, and constantly ask me to be thanking and praising him.
The horror of horrors. God was constantly asking him to thank and praise him. What horrors to thank and praise God for his goodness. See how horrifying that is?
I actually enjoy doing that. I enjoy that part, but okay.
The guy's borderline insane.
It would mean I had an eternal supervising parent who would never die and let me get on with my life, never let me grow up, keep me under surveillance.
But you have, sir.
Supervision every minute of my life, constantly ask me to be thanking and praising.
So this is the essence of sin, okay? He wants to be his own God. He wants to be a bitter rebel. He wants to do what he wants rather than to do what God wants. And he because he refuses to be grateful and to praise God for God's goodness, which is just simply showing appropriate respect for God's characteristics. So this just goes to show you the evil disposition that was Christopher Hitchens.
Yeah,
I think it would.
That wasn't part of the secret.
In North Korea, I think it would be a horrible outcome.
So if God existed, it's like living in North Korea. Does everybody see what a bullshitter this guy is?
Yeah, because the people in North Korea hold God to be true, don't they? In fact, they do the opposite.
No. The issue is the
I know what
the
you're
issue
saying,
is the issue is this: walking around believing that God is right now and that we are within His plan of history and redemption. There are people around here that are not shaking in their boots that if they sneeze in the wrong direction, they're going to be killed or tortured. But there are people like that in North Korea. But he's saying if we believe in God and we recognize God as our God and we're thankful and praise for him, it's like North Korea. This is psychotic. Okay. This is not the thinking of a normal human being. All right.
Well, not sure that God is Kim Jong-il, but what if what I said is true?
Well, Kim Jong-il, he has a different opinion.
So if that is the God who's made you and created you, he's allowed you to live your life, shouldn't that be a sign of kindness to you?
No, I don't want anyone's permission to do.
See that? Notice how he doesn't answer the question. This is typically what atheists do.
Shut the fuck up, you Jews.
Yeah, he has to strawman the guy who is talking to him. He has to strawman the position, Darth.
He's not even answering the question.
Of course, he has to do it that way.
He says, he says, so what if God made you and he created you and he's allowed you to live your life? Okay. And then he goes, no. And the answer that he gives is not germane to what the interviewer here is asking him. This is more see, this is typical of atheists. This is not uncommon for atheists. You ask them a direct question and they pretend like they're responding and they give you a psychotic answer that's not an answer to the question.
Shouldn't that be a sign of kindness to you?
No, I don't want anyone's permission to live my life. Thanks.
All righty. Well, it's not that you've been asked or that you asked him.
Now, where does anybody think acknowledging God as God and being thankful to him and praising him for being God, how is that groveling? I mean, this is more alcoholic psychoticness. How is that groveling?
He assumes that the everyday person that believes in God is in a constant, perpetual state of asking God to not kill them for their sin, as opposed to us being heirs to Christ.
No, I mean, no. To say that this is groveling is just the rantings of an alcoholic.
All right, Christopher Hitchens, round 2 of What If. What if God exists? He's provided everything for you. He's kept you together by the power of his word. If that is truly God, do you believe that God, if he's provided everything for you, has rights on your life?
No. It's like he's like a defiant 13-year-old who didn't take their Ritalin. No, I'm not going to make my bed. You can't make me. No.
Provided everything for you, has rights on your life?
No.
Because?
Why should he? What gives him his right?
Because he's the God of the Bible.
It's so funny. I mean, you know what? He paraded himself around as this intellect, right? And he goes, why should he? What gives him this right? Have you guys ever heard somebody arguing, saying to somebody else and say, who died and made you God?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody not heard somebody say that? Who died and made you God? It's an expression that's very common in the English world. Okay. And it's just like, what gives him this right? This is how psychotic Christopher Hitchens was. Okay. So in other words, God being God doesn't have the prerogative of the creator.
It also shows he's conceptualizing God in an incorrect way when he says what gives God the right, that God derives this right from someplace else or something
He's
else.
just conceptualizing God as like another human being who just has greater powers than he does. Who gave him that right? Well, the answer is this: if you don't believe in God, then there are no actual rights. Whatever rights you think you have are just what other human beings are going to permit you to do.
Yep.
So what gives him this right? I mean, you know what? I've done a review of this. I can't tell you how many times we've done this, at least a half a dozen times. And it's always rich hearing the same psychotic rantings every time.
Because he owns you. He's created everything for you. He's kept
Well, I
you
don't
alive.
want to be owned. I don't want to be owned. And
I don't want to be owned. I don't want to be owned.
Because he owns you. He's created everything for you. He's kept
Well, I
you
don't
alive.
want to be owned. I don't want to be owned, and I don't recognize anyone's right to own me.
I don't want to be owned, and I don't recognize anyone. So in other words, the real reason he spent much of his adult life with these psychotic atheist ramblings is because he doesn't want God to be God. I mean, it doesn't get any more revealing than this. This is the mind of the atheist, folks.
Yeah, he refuses to allow God to be God.
No. This isn't just the mind of Christopher Hitchens. This is the mind of every single atheist. I don't want to be owned. I don't want God to be God. I don't want to thank God, because if I thank God, that's groveling. I don't want God to be my eternal supervising power. This is the mindset of every atheist, folks. This is why this video was so good.
It's an admission, actually, that God exists, actually, as well. It's a complete admission that God exists.
Hold on a second. We have breaking news. Hold on. Yes, Mr. Producer, go ahead. We have a breaking announcement from Ron Reagan Jr.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Okay, we resume our regularly scheduled broadcast.
He will be when he's burning in it.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, that he's going to be where Christopher Hitchens is right now.
What I thought was funny
And-
about Hitchens.
Oh, has Hitchens died? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hitchens has been dead for several years, and he said,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
he goes because he was sick and he was dying of cancer, and he goes, if you hear these rumors that there's a deathbed conversion, don't believe it.
Well, there was. I mean, he found out that God existed.
Well, that was after look, he knew God existed before he died.
Well, post
okay?
deathbed conversion.
But when you die, you can no longer continue to fool yourself. You see, I say this all the time. Once the idea enters your head as a child that God is, it's not something that you can eradicate. You can suppress it. You can suppress it by, concocting from moment to moment this make-believe. There is no God, there is no God, there is no God, there is no evidence for God, there is no evidence for God. We live in a multiverse. Evolution is true. Charles Darwin said so. Evolution is true. But this is all suppressing the truth that they already know that God is. You can't eradicate it. The idea that we're...
about God.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are you gay?
You heard it here.
See, this is...
No, speak into the microphone, sir. Speak up. Say that again.
No, he left. He left.
Oh, well, I wanted to hear an atheist apologist.
You see, this is what we're left with. They sit there, they want to badmouth me, they want to slander me, and I'm waiting. Where are you, atheists? I will give you whatever mic time you want, uninterrupted. You will not be spoken over. Okay, I will set a timer.
Speaking of the gay issue, it's surprising that Matt got so mad at Otangelo and the ACA. I thought they were supposed to be LGBT affirming. So what does Matt care that he has a boyfriend? Anyway.
Yeah, it was like a weird flex, I think.
Well, like I said, well, you know what's funny? What would Matt de la Bloviator be more upset about? Otangelo posting a pre-plastic surgery of his homosexual boyfriend, transvestite, before he had plastic surgery to look like a woman, or if Otangelo had posted his rear end genital grabbing, cheek exposing where the sun don't shine in living color and 3D. What about that picture? Would Matt have been upset about that?
No, he wouldn't care about that.
That's Matt. And by the way, and I'm trying to be careful here and not be too graphic, but that's what's on his Twitter feed. What's on this guy's Twitter feed? Okay, he has no pants on. He's grabbed his genitals so you can't see them, and he's spread his butt cheeks for as wide as they can go, so you can see everything in its glory. I mean, and I'm not making that up. This is, the Prince of Atheists, Matt de la Bloviator's homosexual boyfriend. This is the kind of stuff that his boyfriend posts to Twitter. And people wonder why Matt's an atheist.
If you go onto Instagram and look at anyone in the gay community, what you'll find within about 5 photos is someone in a piece of kink and a pentagram on a necklace somewhere. And it's nearly every time, believe it or not. If you go and look at that guy that had monkeypox that was gay, as one of the guys that came out, and he was like, "I'm going to show you my whole journey of my disgusting boils on my face and everything like this."
Do you know that they're changing the name of it now? They're calling they're calling it Mpox.
That's neat. They could say it quicker.
Remember, they wanted to call it COVID. Why don't we call it what it is? The Chinese virus, the Hong Kong flu.
Oh wow, dude, that's hilarious.
Wait a minute, we can call it the Spanish flu, but you can't call it the Chinese virus, right?
Right.
What was the name of the city that it came from? Somebody refresh my memory.
Wuhan.
The Wuhan virus. You can't call it the Wuhan virus because that's racist.
It's actually just geographically correct. But yeah, no, that guy who had the monkeypox stuff, if you went onto his Instagram, all you would see him at is these big parties with loads of other fully grown men with makeup on, with pentagrams on their necklaces and on their watches. It's just ridiculous. Who's the young child in the background muttering?
Okay, so listen, I'm getting tired. I'll just one last call out. Do we have any intelligent atheists? Probably not.
Right here. Right here.
Good.
Darth.
Good. Tell me why you're an atheist.
I just see no reason to invoke a God into the universe.
Okay, do you follow that standard consistently? Yeah. What's your reason to believe in the not God world?
Everything can be explained. Everything was formed, the earth, the solar system.
Oh, okay. So everything can be explained without God. And how do you know that?
How the planet got here? Everything was
No,
formed.
what I'm saying to you is how do you explain that everything does not and cannot stand in causal relations to God? Do you believe in the Big Bang?
Yes.
Okay, would the singularity exist without deriving from the necessity of God?
One more time.
Did the singularity exist in not standing in causal relations to God?
Well, we don't know.
Well, busted! You just shot yourself in the foot. You told me you could explain everything without God.
I didn't say
but now
everything.
You're telling me... No, you just said... sir, stop with the deception, because if you lie, I'm going to mute you. Now, what is your reason to believe in the not God world? You said because we can explain everything without God. Now, explain the singularity... How you determined that it exists with independence from God. Explain that.
I was talking about the earth.
Explain to me. You said we can.
Everything.
You said, listen to me. Don't overtalk me. You said you could explain everything without God. Did you not?
After the Big Bang.
Okay. So you can't explain everything without. Well, okay. Why do all the subatomic particles remain in existence? Are they absolute? But you told me you could explain that.
Yeah. Well, if you go read the books.
Yeah. Okay. Listen to me. How do you know your explanation without reference to God is true?
I don't even understand your question.
You told me God does not exist because you can explain this world without God. So that means your explanation must mean that God can exist and that it's true. How do you know these explanations rule God out?
I don't know.
Yeah, you see what you're doing is you're spewing. Every atheist that I encounter, even the professional atheist, they all do the same thing. You guys, all you do is spew out cliches. And then when we ask you to defend these cliches, you fold just like you folded now.
I'm not. Okay.
You did, because you told me you could explain everything without God. I asked you to do that, and you said, I don't. Sir, that doesn't get you. That doesn't get you to atheism. Okay, right now, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully.
Everything after the Big Bang.
Okay, yeah. If I hear you ever talk to me again, I'm going to kick you out of the room. Are we clear? Now, explain to me right now how the moon exists necessarily and does not stand in causal relations to God right now. How do you know that?
And I said we can explain everything without God.
Answer my question.
I say we, I meant human.
Answer my question. Do you hear me agitated?
Okay, I'll answer your question. I got it.
You're not answering my question. Explain to me how you know right now that the moon right now exists with complete independence of God right now. Explain to me how you know that.
The moon was formed by natural process.
No, sir. We're talking about the moon right now, not the past. Right now, your position is that moon exists right now with complete independence of God sustaining it into existence. Explain to me how you know why the moon exists with independence of God right now.
Because it was formed from a natural process.
Okay, you're an idiot.
You don't need a
You're
God
done.
to.
He's not talking about the past.
Well, do you see?
It's contemporary
listen?
existence.
Listen. How many times did I make it clear to this numbskull? Tell me right now, not the past. Tell me right now how the moon stays in existence from moment to moment and does not and cannot stand in causal relations to God right now. And how many times did I express that to him? And then he starts talking about the past. This is the kind of idiots that we're dealing with. We can't find any intelligent atheist to talk to. This is shocking.
Wait, how are atheists not intelligent?
I didn't say that there are no intelligent atheists.
You can't find one.
I'm explaining it to you. I'm talking about an atheist who can intelligently present atheism.
Oh, so you mean like Reddit atheists?
No, there are no atheists who can defend atheism intelligently. They don't exist. Even when I asked the professional atheists with PhDs, even including Graham Oppy, all he wanted to simply just say, well, there's just naturalism and God is just an unnecessary overlay.
Well, you
that's
can't
not
defend something that's irrational, Darth. So
yeah.
How is
atheism
irrational?
Why? For many reasons. Because God would have to exist in order to predicate. Atheism is a form of predication. No God, and there's nothing to institute what is, can be, or cannot be. So you can't predicate.
And atheism can't rationally defend it.
Yeah, atheism is a universal negative, and there's no way to ground universal declarations in a world where there's not a God, and God makes us to know that there are universal states. Okay. Atheism is in a world where there's nothing identifiable or defensible that connects the dots between any discrete states of affairs, nor can it be known what each discrete state of affair is, why it exists. So this is why atheism is incoherent, sir.
Okay.
The reason why people are atheists, if you had been in here earlier, I played a video audio clip of the late, not so great, drunk bisexual Christopher Hitchens, where he revealed what his atheism was about. It's because he doesn't want God to be God. He hates the idea that he has to be thankful and to praise God, and that he's going to be accountable to God for how he's going to live.
Well, it's
this
not
is
just
why he hates God.
To God, it's accountable to a holy, righteous, and just God. That's what.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because if God was some like debauched, pro-gay, let's say supportive of ridiculous things like transhumanism and all of that, like I'm sure Christopher Hitchens would have been all well and good with God, you know.
Oh yeah, those kinds of people were never right with God.
No, they're right with God, meaning that those people could be people of God. They choose to walk away from God.
Yeah, but those people need to find God, though. You know what I mean?
They found him and then decided to go against him, I believe. Moreover,
so you believe that they know God's real, but they just don't want him to think. They just don't want him to be real.
Everybody who has a brain or who is not brain damaged or a registered Democrat
Well, it's
knows
unironically
God
true
exists.
because it's actually part of the brain to believe that God's real.
Well, where did you get that from?
I saw it somewhere. It says that there's a part of the brain that kind of has religion built into it.
Yeah, sir. How old are you?
18.
Okay. Yeah, you're equating the brain with the mind. The two are not synonymous.
Really?
Well, yeah, we can't pin consciousness down to one portion of the brain whatsoever. In fact, we have instances where people have one whole side of their brain destroyed, they're still conscious. We have another person with the other side of their brain destroyed, they're still conscious. At what part of the brain then is the conscious mind derived? Is it a stationary position in every brain?
Yeah.
No.
Now, it is true that you lose your capability to think in certain ways because man is both a immaterial and material, and somehow the immaterial at some level interfaces with the material that we yet to know about. But in our modern era, what they want to brainwash you into thinking, and he deafens himself, is to think that the mind is just the brain, which is ridiculous. Because if the mind is just the brain, then nobody. Well, you see, you've been brainwashed into modern evolutionary thinking that the mind is just the brain, that we have evolved from monkeys, right? If the mind is just the brain, then nobody's culpable for anything. We just do what we were programmed to do.
Really?
Okay.
So the mind is beyond the brain, Darth Dawkins?
The mind is the immaterial aspect granted to us by God to be made in our image that interfaces with our brain and our body. Okay. But modern man not wanting, well, yeah, it's called dualism, sir. It's called substance dualism. All right. It means that, you ever heard that you're made in the image of God? You never heard of that?
No, I heard that. No, I know about that.
Okay.
I know about that.
Okay, but modern man doesn't want to acknowledge God, doesn't want to acknowledge that he's made in God's image. So he chooses instead to believe Charles Darwin's theory of evolution and to think that humans are just less hairy, more intelligent chimpanzees.
I mean,
and
but
that
don't you think that we look really similar to them?
Don't you think that you shouldn't interrupt somebody while they're talking?
Yeah, that's rude, bro. Don't interrupt Mr. Darth Dawkins.
So many modern people today just believe that they're just less hairy, more intelligent chimpanzees, and that the mind is the same thing as the brain. And that's ridiculous. Even experts who are atheists or materialists are utterly baffled by human consciousness. They don't take this childish route that
every time
that the mind is. They don't take this childish position that the mind is completely synonymous with the brain, and that's all it is. The more you know about human consciousness, the more you're going to be baffled and not just have a stupid, simplistic view that the mind is the brain.
Well,
I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm so stupid.
Well, I wasn't saying that it's a part of the mind that
No. It's not that you're stupid. It's just that you're young and you haven't been exposed to some of these ideas. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
but I wasn't saying that there's a part of the mind that believes in religion.
Listen to me. Please don't overtalk. Listen, I call people stupid on a regular basis because they choose to be stupid. But I think that you're even being unfair to yourself. You said you're 18. You haven't been
Oh,
exposed
no, I
to
didn't say my
this
age. I didn't say
information.
my age yet.
Sorry about
And
me, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then the other guy did. I thought who said they were stupid?
Oh, me. I said I'm stupid because I asked
Oh,
about that.
okay. Well, I
I
don't
don't know
think you're
about
being
it.
stupid here.
He's
Trust me.
57,
If
I'm close to 18. Yeah, I'm very close to 18.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, look. Yeah. Well, look. You're not.
I'm
You're not
older.
stupid. No, it's just that you aren't as well informed as you maybe will be someday. You're not stupid. Trust me, there are plenty 18-year-olds and 28-year-olds and 48-year-olds that I call stupid, and I call them stupid because they choose to be stupid. You're
Yeah,
not
they
being
probably
stupid.
deny God or whatever, and
You're
I don't. At
not.
least I
You're
don't
not
believe we
being.
come from African apes. So
Yeah. You're not. Let me just say one more thing, okay? You're not stupid because you're not informed on certain topics, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's interesting. Maybe I'm just ignorant then, not knowing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Liz, Doug, what do you got to say since you want to talk all the time? What's up, bro? What do you
Hold
got
on
to
a
say?
second. Hold on.
Dude, can you do you tell people to stop interrupting me?
No,
You talk
hold
for way
on a
too
second.
long.
Hold on. We have hold on. Yes, Mr.
Let
Producer.
Daddy talk.
Hold on a second. We have breaking news. Yes, we have breaking news. Ron Reagan would like to make an announcement. Go ahead, Ron Reagan.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of.
Your mic
That
cut out.
didn't come through. Ron, you didn't come through. Can you repeat that, Ron?
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
There you go. Breaking news. Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Okay, but what I was
Who's that?
saying,
Who's Ron Reagan?
the
You know
ventral
what?
medial.
You know what? When Ron Reagan dies, I'm going to visit his gravesite, and I'm going to throw down a package of Stay Puft marshmallows.
What the? That sounds psycho. What the?
You didn't get the joke. Don't worry.
You didn't get the the joke.
I don't know who Ron Reagan is. Is he like the President Reagan's son or some shit?
Yeah, yes, he is. He is President Reagan's son.
What?
And he's a famous
Ronald
atheist,
Jr.
and he's not afraid of burning in hell. So when he dies, I'm going to visit his grave and throw down a package of marshmallows on his grave.
That guy's a beta male.
We can eat some s'mores. We
Well,
can
I
eat
mean,
some s'mores.
you don't burn in hell. Hell is just a place away from God.
Well, you do. It's
just
the
say
lake
that
of fire.
it's like
Well,
you
it's
say
the
it's
lake
like
of
a lake of
fire.
fire, so that just scare people.
Girls, the Bible is very clear that it's going to be fiery. It's going to be outer darkness. It's going to be fiery. And Jesus said that there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth where the worm dieth not. It's deliberately depicted as a fire. Okay.
Well, what do you mean by fire? Because like I could have a fire in my stomach. My stomach could hurt. It could feel like a fire
hell is not even
sensation.
on Earth. Why would it have
sir,
like an Earth element?
look. Let me explain something to you. Okay. If you'd like, girls, please. If you'd like, send me a DM. I'll send you a link to a book that you can read. It's called Hell on Trial. And he goes over the various views on hell and why hell is a literal place where it's fiery. Okay.
Oh, could you send that to me?
So is heaven like ice then or something?
Villain. It's villain. You could
No.
send that to me if you'd like. I'd read it.
I mean, why?
How does hell have like an Earth element like fire?
Heaven is like getting free food at Chick-fil-A for life.
But Chick-fil-A sucks.
No, and then you literally turn into a cyborg where your only purpose is
that guy,
freaking
Darth.
serving
Ban
God.
him.
You're not even yourself anymore.
The
Like everything you think of and
I
stuff
don't
like that,
eat
that's literally
Zog
cost your
Chow.
human body. I don't understand how you could be in like a heaven and still be yourself.
Listen to me carefully. Either you are going to speak about God and the things about God if and only if God decides to reveal that to us, and he has through the scriptures, or
Amen.
you're just simply going to be you're going to be shooting your mouth off as a figment of your imagination. Okay. And nobody cares about your figment of your imagination or the figment of my imagination.
Exactly.
If you go and if you want to go and study the
But you're
Bible,
sucking his dick so hard.
okay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right, you're muted. Okay.
Yeah, you know how it's funny how they always resort to like sexual stuff.
Yeah, well,
Really
that's because they're morons. Anyway, we can't find any intelligent atheists, so I'm going to go to bed. Have you?
Right here, buddy, but we know you're afraid.
Bye, Darth.
Oh, talk.
Chicken shit.
Oh, you guys just got ragged, dude. You guys just got ragged, dude. You guys won't come down to the Christian chat and debate Christians because your worldview is bankrupt. Males.
Darth's a chicken shit. He knows he can't handle intelligent atheists.
If he's chicken shit, then how come you didn't debate him?
Why didn't you debate him?
I just offered to, but he ran.
No, you didn't.
This is a guy
for a while.
that turns down money to have public debates.
I mean, you can ask him a question anytime. I'm sure
he
he'd be
knows
happy
me. He
to
knows
talk
me,
to
but
you.
he'll just mute me as soon as he hears me because he's scared.
Or you're a troll
Not
and
necessarily.
he's tried to talk to you before and you just wasted your opportunity with trolling.
Yeah, he calls anybody a troll that he can't deal with.
A lot of people do come and troll.
Well, make your case right now.
You're a 14-year-old troll. Get out of here.
You're acting like one right now.
I'm imitating Darth, so yeah, it makes sense.
We'll go right now, and go.
Go. My
Right.
ultimate.
Why do you
my ultimacy
badmouth
of
Darth
reality.
behind his back, but you praise him in front of him?
What? I'm not praising Darth. What are you talking
why
about?
does Crit do it? Why does Crit praise Darth in his
Do it.
presence, but badmouths him when he's gone?
I don't know.
Everyone does that.
Okay, well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When did he badmouth him?
Yeah, citation needed.
Heard you badmouthing him.
I guess he's
You
confusing
haven't heard
with
shit.
me.
Lying sack of shit, man.
He's confusing you with me, I guess.
He's just salty because he's a flat earther and he won't provide evidence for the flat earth, and he just repeats that it's flat and stationary and measured as stationary. And I asked for evidence and he doesn't have any.
I remember doing a lap around my house when you said, "Oh, that is evidence."
Yeah, lap around your house is not evidence that the earth is flat.
Crit, you don't talk about that in here, do you, bro?
To understand that answers are answers.
I never talk about that shit in here, Crit. Like, ever. It's, like, fruitless.
The horizon is flat. When I look up, the Earth's flat, guys.
That's literally his, his
No.
name.
So great.
Isn't that a fallacy of induction?
Anyway, Crit, don't bring up
You're
flat earth
brick.
with Darth or you'll get muted.
It's a fucking
You're
nigger
brick.
statement to say, bro.
Yeah, I forgive you, Crit, because I became a Christian in the spring. So
Oh,
I don't care.
Okay. Well, you should care because, if we're brothers in Christ, we ought to not dunk on each other so much. Are you a Christian, Crit? Okay. Answer the question.
Are you talking to me or this other guy? Crit, where you at? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I think he's gonna be holding his peace. Looks like it.
And now pronounce them.
Why am I struggling to roll this joint?
Because you're too high already, maybe?
No, I haven't smoked anything. What are you talking about, bro? Don't lie. You just fucking lied, bro.
You're not high yet?
Nope. I'm not a drug addict, dude. Come on. I just spilled like half the fucking weed out the fucking end of it, though. For real.
Well, it's certainly in your system. Like,
Nope. I haven't smoked any yet. Do you not understand how that works? It has to pass the blood-brain barrier first, right?
But what? I mean, how often do you smoke though?
the first joint I've ever made and smoked in my life.
Oh, really? Okay.
Really? Oh wow.
He's nervous. Maybe you're nervous then.
It's taken him a while to roll it because he's new at it.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, the girl gets it.